It's Kyle here, and today I'll be talking about a recent experience I had being an extra. For long-time viewers of this channel, you will remember that I have been an extra before. I had the privilege of being an extra on the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. It's an amazing experience. I was a resident or citizen of District 13. Didn't really make any scenes. I mean, there's a couple points where I can kind of tell them in the background, but I'm so blurry you can't really pick me out, so you can't really see my face. So the way I counted, like I really wasn't on screen. But that was a very interesting experience, and ever since then, I've always got emails from that casting agency, and I honestly just never really applied. A lot of the stuff just didn't interest me, or I didn't fit the criteria they were looking for. A lot of times I'm ruled out because of how tall I am. I'm 6'6". A lot of times the casting notices will have very specific physical characteristics they're looking for. And a lot of times it's just people of average height. So they'll be like, men 5'10", 6 to 6'2", or something like that. So a lot of times I'm just ruled out for that. Other times it's just never matched with my work schedule. I was just too busy with work or doing something important that I just really couldn't take off to be an extra. But the week of Thanksgiving, I actually had the entire week off from work. And the week before, I've got a couple the latest casting emails. And there was a couple items or projects filming in the Atlanta area that I kind of fit what they were looking for. So I just sent in emails for both of them, and I got one of them, which was a TV show, Valor, which is on the CW network, which I'll admit I had never heard of before. Didn't even know it was a show, didn't know what it was about. So once I got the confirmation email that I've been cast as an extra, I looked up the show to show, like, what is Valor? Because at first I thought, well, is this a code name for a show that they're filming now? But no, Valor is actually the name of the show. It's on the CW. So I was kind of glad it was a TV show, because like I said, I'd done the Hunger Games, so I had an experience of seeing what a movie was like, and I'd always kind of thought it'd be neat to actually also do a TV show at least once, to kind of see what the difference is and see how TV shows are filmed and stuff like that. And overall, it was a very interesting experience. I'll kind of mention a few items that I found specifically interesting. So one, the scene I was involved with actually filmed in downtown Atlanta at the Hyatt Regency, which for me felt weird being there, because the only other time I've ever been in that hotel was attending Dragon Con. Anybody that's ever went to Dragon Con in Atlanta knows that the Hyatt Regency is one of the main hotels for the conference, or the con, I should say. So it was kind of weird being in a room that the only other time I'd ever been there was like for Dragon Con panels and stuff like that. So that was a little bit weird. The scene I was involved with, which I won't delve into specifics because I don't want to do any plot spoilers or anything like that. But it did involve a lot of extras. I would say there probably was at least 100 to 150 extras, which was a lot more than I was expecting on a kind of a small TV show on the CW network, which is obviously not a major network, so they don't have the biggest budget. But it was a very big shoot. I mean, there was a ton of crew there. The amount of effort they were putting into the extras was, I didn't really see any areas where they were really skipping on. They were going all out. So it was a very impressive shoot on scale. I was kind of surprised to find out, I guess you could say, how many extras who were in the scene for this episode had been extras on the show before, but as different characters and stuff. I was kind of surprised to find out that several people there had been in previous episodes, and they just had been different roles. But I guess since they were always in the background, they hadn't been ruled out from doing other stuff in the future. So that was kind of interesting experience, because obviously in the movie, the Hunger Games, you didn't really have that. You had, very compact storyline. It was not like a TV show where they're doing something basically every week. So that was something I really was aware of. I figured once you filmed on a TV show as one thing, you were pretty much not doing anything else in that TV show again. But at least for this show, that was not the case. It was much like the Hunger Games. One thing that was very similar to this is a very long shoot. Had to get there super early in the morning for the check-in and get the costume and all that stuff done. And then let's see, how many hours did we do? We did close to 13 or 14. There were some other extras that were part of the shoot that had to stay longer because they were still filming some more stuff afterwards, but my group got to leave at a decent hour But that's still a long day. It wasn't as long as when I did Hunger Games. Hunger Games was close to 16 hours. But this is a pretty long shoot. I wasn't really expecting it to go that long. I thought it'd be a much shorter thing, maybe just be there 6 to 8 to 10 hours. I was expecting to go quite that long. One thing I'll say a big difference between filming on Valor versus the Hunger Games is I had to sit around a whole lot more in Valor. There was a lot of times where they were just filming stuff where they didn't need certain extras, so like I already told you how long I was there. I think I was actually only on set filming for maybe 2 or 3 of those hours. The rest of the time I was just really sitting in a room with a lot of other extras just waiting for them to be doing a scene that we were in the background for. So that was very different. Because Hunger Games, the vast majority of the time, we were all on set filming. So there wasn't a whole lot of time where you were just sitting waiting for them to do something. There was just a lot of times they were filming a scene where they just needed a certain set of extras, and not all of them, so most of the extras would be waiting. So that was kind of different. It's interesting, the extras I was sitting with had some very interesting backgrounds and stuff, so I kind of enjoyed that aspect of getting to know the people I was filming with. Much like the Hunger Games, though, I do not think I am going to make any shots in the show, just based on where the cameras were when they were filming. If I'm on the screen, it'll be way in the background. I doubt my face will be visible. I think from what they were saying, this is actually the season finale or the next to last episode, which I don't believe is aired yet. I've been trying to notice when it's coming on to see if I do kind of roughly know what the episode is about, so I can look at the episode descriptions to see, like, does that look like the one I was on? So it'll be interesting to see if I make, and also how the storyline works out, because the part we filmed, we were kind of involved in a cliffhanger element a little bit, I guess, but we really don't know what happened before or after, so I really don't have no clue what happens other than like the little bits. I think probably the bits I was on there they were filming for probably is the equivalent of like 3 to 5 minutes of the show. So, for an hour show, me knowing 3 to 5 minutes of plot is not a whole lot, so I really don't know most of the storyline. So overall, it's an interesting experience. By no means am I going to be one of those people that constantly do extra work, and my work schedule just does not permit it. And like I said, most of the time, the only time I've really thought about applying is if it's something that kind of sounds interesting to me. If I can kind of tell, like, ooh, it sounds like a TV show or a movie I like. And sometimes they actually mention what TV show or movie you're applying for before you send in. So that's why I applied to Hunger Games, because I really wanted to be on the Hunger Games, because I was such a big fan of the movies and the books. But every once in a while, like Valor, I just have some time off. Well, hey, why not on a free day? Why not let's do this? It's an interesting experience. So that was my experience on being an extra on the TV show Valor on the CW network. If you've ever done any extra work, let me know what your experiences were, if you liked it or not, in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you the next time.